Mr. M here, and it's time for Foundations, which you probably know because you just did your letter drills. But here we are anyway. So today, we've got a few things to do, one of which is to review something from yesterday. Yep, we are going to review one of our glued sounds. We have a spelling word of the day, which is not the same as your word of the day. It's really more like a spelling word of the week. Makes the sound am. You remember? We talked about this yesterday. We had two glued sounds. One of them was am, and is in the word. What's the word is this? It's the H. Ham. Put that together. Okay. Now maybe you don't eat ham, but you can still all say ham, I'm pretty sure. It's a neat word because it's really short and has am in it. Yesterday we concentrated a lot on the word ram, but another word is ham. Okay, so what two letters does this have in common with the word ram, which we talked about a lot yesterday? Is it the R? No, there's no R in ham. Is it the H? There's no H in ram. What are the other two? It's our other two. It's our glued sounds. A-M. Am. What word does that spell? Just get rid of the H. Am. Can you use that in a sentence? I am asking you about this sound. Now, if you were to answer me, you are answering me, you would say, I am answering you. Right? Say it for me now. Yeah, now we're getting a little into language for learning with this. That's later, but still, the word is am, and the sound is am. Thank you very much. Okay, you can go now. Next up, we have two, not one, but two new trick words. Okay, once again, what's a trick word? A trick word is a word that doesn't quite seem to follow the rules that we've learned so far, but it's also a word that we see a lot, and we need to be a sight word, a word that we see, we know right away as soon as we see it. We don't have to stop and sound out. Why? Because it happens all the time. We get these words all the time, and there's just too many to stop and sound out each time. Okay? Alright, so the first one is the word, what is this? Can you read it for me? Tap it out. From. And it has two letters. We usually have two, we don't usually have two consonants together like this. This is called a consonant blend because you have to say fr. So you have to blend them together like from, fr, like friend, from. Okay? So it's a little bit tricky spelling wise, but not too hard for you. Alright, so from, what does that mean? From is also, it's a trick word. It's also a tricky word because it's hard to say exactly what from means, but it's sort of like the opposite of to. It's like where something originates, where you get something. It's hard to say without saying the word from, isn't it? Where you get it from, where it comes from. It's where something starts out. I am from Queens, although I've lived in the Bronx now for almost 20 years. And when you turn in assignments, which you should be doing, not everybody is, the assignments are from you, because that's where they come. That's where they start out. That's where they come from. And now, how to use it in a sentence? Let's try one here. This present is from Jan. Okay, so what does that mean? That means this person, Jan, she's usually a girl's name, but isn't necessarily. Jan is where the present comes, where we get the present. Whoever she gave it to, whether it's me or it's you or someone else, Jan is where it started out. She's the person giving it. Okay? we know that Jan is a person, by the way? What's special about that word? From Jan. What's it? How does it start? It has a capital J, an uppercase J, a big J, if you want to call it that. So we know it's somebody's name. The two places where we usually put those, the uppercase letters, the beginning of a sentence, and by a name, whether it's a person's name or a place name, or something like that. It's a name. Jan. Very good. Okay, I'm going to circle the word from on here. Alright. Now, which word did I circle? From. And what kind of word is that? It's a trick word. And I talked about words like this in, I don't know if you remember though, I told you you didn't have to remember the word, but maybe you do. In Language for Learning one time I talked about words like this that tell you, what does from tell you? It tells where. It tells the where of something, right? It's from Jen. It tells where it starts out. I could say that this book came from the bookshop. What person or place it starts out at. And then we give you a word for that. It's called a preposition. Just like it says the opposite of to. You have something that comes from you to somebody else. You go from this room into another room. From, to, in. They're called prepositions. Anyway, they are special words that give you the where of something. From, to, in, under, into, which is in. To and into are two more of our trick words, by the way. And now we've added another one. Good job. Alright, one more trick word for today. What word is this? It's a trick word, so there's a weird thing about the spelling, but also we use it all the time. Sound it out. You can sound it out. The E doesn't make a sound, that's why it's a trick word. Have. Very good. What does that mean? It's tricky, especially trick words, it's tricky to define the words, isn't it? To have is to own something or to hold something or for that something to be a part of you. I have hair. I have mustache. I have a beard. I have a name. It's something that's mine. But I can also have something that's not mine. If you were to give me something to hold, if you were to give me your pencil, and I could say I have Brian's pencil. I have Lyric's pencil. I have Jessiel's pencil. It's not mine, but I have it because I'm holding it. So have can mean a couple of different things, but mostly means stuff that you've got control of. Do you have your ticket? Okay, what kind of sentence is this? This isn't a telling sentence. This is what? What's this symbol at the end mean? It means it's an asking sentence. It's a question. Do you have your ticket? Okay, well, do you? Ticket. So, which is the word now? What's the word we're going to circle? Have. That is our trick word for today. So, do you have your ticket? This has another trick word in it. This is from a couple weeks ago. Which one is it? Who sees the other trick word here? Do you have your ticket? But right now, our new trick word is have. There's a lot of trick words out there. Do you have your ticket? Okay, real quick, let's go over a couple of our trick words that we've been doing. How about this one? To, into. We just read this one. Your, you. Notice this is the same Y-O-U as in your, but this one is you, the other was your. That's all, your. Now it spells you. And have, yes, that's what we just did, and also. From, very good. Okay. let's look at this trick word right here. Now I want you to you're going to practice writing this word on paper. First of all, how many letters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. How do you write these letters? Now it starts with a letter that goes all the way up to the top. It starts a little below the top, and then, my finger's probably not going to line up with it exactly, but, and then all the way down to the line, and one line across the middle. So using 3 different lines here. We start a little below the cloud line, down, and then we go across at go bring down to the grass line, then across at the plain line, right? Good. Okay, and then we have the rest of the words are all only go up halfway. They don't go all the way up to the clouds, they only go up to the plain line. Okay, so R, down, and then up. O, one of our easier letters, it's just a circle. And then M, we go down, sort of like a bouncing ball. We go down, bounce up to the plain line and down, up to the plain line and down. Okay. From. I want you to practice writing that. Write it down 3 times if you have paper with lines on it. That's great. And that is it for now. I'm going to have the rest of the lesson later. All right? Bye.